Good morning 10 plus 1 students. Today in this video we are going to understand how can political theory be put into practice. As you know that we are doing the chapter Introduction to Political Theory. So continuing that chapter we are going to understand this question, how can political theory be put into practice. So as you know that you have done different concepts, you will be going to do different concepts in this book, like what is justice, what is secularism, and what is liberty, what is equality, what is fraternity. All these concepts we are going to study in this book. So and you will study that how different political theorists have tried to interpret these terms and concepts in the later on chapters. So now the question arises how these concepts can be, how these different definitions, different interpretations given by the different theorists can be put into practice. As you know that the subject is rooted in the human behavior, and the human behavior is something is rooted in the human behavior, and human can do reason, and human beings make up the society. If the human behavior is not something static, then can say that society is also something not static. Society keeps on evolving as the human brain keeps on increasing, human mind keeps on progressing, new ideas, new concepts came in that. In the same way, the society also keeps on progressing and keeps on evolving. So these concepts also keep on evolving because as these are rooted in the human behavior. So now the first thing is that uh, being a human being, the human being has the ability to reason on different concepts. Like there is a concept of justice. For example, as you know that in the ancient Athens, people used to do, the thinkers used to ponder upon these thoughts, like what is justice, and what is liberty, what is equality, what is fraternity. Like an example is given in your book that one day that in ancient Athens, there is a in Greece there is a city state called Athens and Sparta. In Athens, one day the most of the thinkers were sitting together and they were debating over the issue what is justice. And you know that among these thinkers, the most intelligent one, yeah, the most prominent one was the Socrates. And with his reason, with the help of his reason, he point out the limitation given in the certain given viewpoint. So there was a discussion going on between Cephalus and Socrates over the issue of justice. What is justice? So according to Socrates asked Cephalus, what is justice? And he says that giving everyone his due, like to speak the truth or and to pay off your debts is called justice. कि आप अपना जो किसी से आपने उधार लिया उसको वापस कर दो, सच बोलो, that is called justice. So Socrates point out that suppose that there is a person and he gives his weapons to a B person, and when A person has given the weapons to the B person, he was of sound mind, and he can understand everything. His mind was stable. But after some days later, he become mad. He got met with an accident and he became mad. Now he again asked from B to return his weapon. Is it would be justice, if it would be right that the B person will return that weapon to that person, because not he is not of sound mind, now he is of unsound mind. So uh, if you say that to pay off one's debit is justice, is this justice now? If the B returns, maybe that A person will kill that person because he's not of sound mind now. So in this way he refutes, and Again, Socrates was asked Kita, then say what you call justice. Then he say that to do good to your friends is justice, and to do bad with your enemies is called justice. To do good with your friends and to do bad with